Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 22nd Story Advent. Today we'll be reading The Three Little Misses and the Big Bad Wolf. Little Miss Naughty had decided to build a new house for herself, but because she didn't know how to build a house, she asked her good friend Mr. Silly to build it for her, and he did. He made it with straw. A house built of straw? How silly! But it was not just silly, it was also dangerous, because not long after Little Miss Naughty had moved in, the big bad wolf came calling. He knocked on Little Miss Naughty's straw door. "Little Miss," he called, "this is the big bad wolf. Won't you let me come in?" "Not on your Nelly," replied Little Miss Nelly, a naughty cheekily. "I won't let you in." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," cried the wolf. And he did, because that is what the sort of thing that a big bad wolf does. Little Miss Naughty had had a lot of practice at jumping out of windows. The naughty girl, she leapt out of the back window and ran all the way through the woods to the house of her friend Little Miss Trouble. Now, as it so happened, Little Miss Trouble had also had a house built for herself, a house built by Mr. Mean. And as you probably know, Mr. Mean does not like to spend money, so he built Little Miss Trouble's house as cheaply as he could. He built it with sticks. A house built of sticks. How mean! Shortly after Little Miss Naughty arrived, the wolf who had followed her knocked on the door. "Little Miss and Little Miss, it's the big bad wolf. Won't you let me come in?" "Not on your Nelly, we will not let you in," they replied. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," cried the wolf, and he did. So the two little misses ran out the back door and stole Mr. Funny's car. I know, how naughty! They raced off to Little Miss Bad's house with the wolf chasing after them. Little Miss Bad had employed a proper builder to build her house, Mr. Brick. Brick by name and brick by nature, of course, he had made Little Miss Bad's house out of bricks. Not long after the two little misses burst into Little Miss Bad's house, there was a knock at the door. "That'll be the big bad wolf," said Little Miss Naughty. "This is the big bad wolf," he began. "We know," chorused the three little misses. "Little Miss and Little Miss and Little Miss, won't you let me come in?" asked the wolf. "Not on your Nelly, we won't let you come in," cried the three little misses. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," roared the wolf, and he did, or at least he huffed and he puffed, but Little Miss Bad's brick house did not fall down. It was just too strong. "Bother," said the wolf. And then he had another idea. Little Miss, and Little Miss, I know of a lovely orchard on the hill at Mr. Field's farm. Will you meet me there tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock? We can have apples for breakfast." The three little misses agreed. They had a plan. The three little misses were not just naughty, trouble, and bad, they were also clever. The next day they got up at 6 to get to the orchard ahead of the wolf to set a trap for him. But the wolf, who was even more clever, had arrived even earlier. "Got you!" he cried, leaping out from behind the place he had been hiding. At first the three little misses were frightened. Then Little Miss Naughty had a thought. For the first time in their lives they could be naughty, troublesome, and bad, and they would be in the right. "You might be bad and you might be big," said Little Miss Naughty, "but I am naughty." "And I am trouble," said Little Miss Trouble. "And I am bad," said Little Miss Bad. "And we'll huff and we'll puff and we'll blow you down," cried the three little misses all together. And they did. They huffed and they puffed, and they blew the big bad wolf all the way down the hill. The wolf rolled and he bounced and he bumped so much you might almost have felt sorry for him. But not quite. And that is the end of our story. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you have a lovely rest of your evening. Good night.